Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I take a break for one day for Christmas, and what do I see when I come back? The Warcraft Rumble Reddit is on fire again, and this time I'm not a fan of the hidden difficulty change, or AI is cheating more than usual after the patch. Yeah, there's a lot of talk on Reddit and tons of upvotes about the AI cheating in Warcraft Rumble, so let's take a look at these claims a little bit. I'm not sure if I lose it, but I have a feeling with the last update they deactivated the AI has to cycle. If that's the case, this is a bad take on difficulty, which just eliminates the strategy. My favorite, 3 Dark Iron Miners in 10 seconds on 3 nodes. It's fun to face 3 ogres back to back because you're dead playing hobbies or necro. Is it just me? Well, here's a pic of what I mean. And the picture is a picture of 2 ogres, one ogre already engaged in a fight and another ogre closing in. Well, that's not very conclusive. What else do we have? We have AI cheating more than usual after the patch. Seems that AI is playing excessively more units now. I'm suddenly getting stalwart of 2+ gargoyles in 1 gold rotation on stage 2. Wow! What is going on over here? Well, there's 2 factors that explain this. One factor is that the deck size of the AI is typically smaller than the player's deck size, which means that they have to cycle fewer units to get to their next unit again. And the other is that AI often gets some map-specific mechanics. For example, in the stage 2 of Black Fathom Deeps, the AI gets 3 Dark Iron Miners when there is enough gold in the gold veins. So, yeah, 3 Dark Iron Miners in 10 seconds, with gold veins left untapped, yes, completely possible, and does happen, and is not indicative of any kind of unusual cheating. But as I happened to spend some hours testing Black Fathom Deeps, and I recorded all of that, I went through and tried to find instances of the AI cheating, and let's take a look at what I found. First of all, the first boss of Black Fathom Deeps. This is not ogres, but this is spiderlings. Take a look at this. There's a prowler coming, spiderlings, look, spiderlings, and more spiderlings, just look at that. Those were some spiderlings back to back, and those came in pretty quick. Spiderlings into spiderlings. How do you explain this? Well, actually, this picture gives you all you need, almost all you need to explain that. When you look at this closely, the boss actually played spiderlings, kobold miner, earth elemental, and spiderlings. Well, that's still spiderlings pretty quickly. I mean, spiderlings and then 2 other minis and then spiderlings again. But the first boss of Black Fathom Deeps, do you know what the first boss of Black Fathom Deeps has in its deck? Because I have tried to keep track, so I think I know what they have. And this is my best estimate of the deck of the first boss of Black Fathom Deeps. It's Prowler, Earth Elemental, Ogre Mage, Spiderlings, and Stonehoof Tauren. At least I cannot find instances of the boss having played other than these minis against me, plus of course the Kobold Miner. Well, if you had the Kobold Miner, then that's 6 minis, you have 4 in your hand at a time. They played the Spiderlings, then they played Earth Elemental, they played the Kobold Miner, and oh boy, they should get the spiderlings back into their hand if the cycle works as usual, so then they can play spiderlings again. So indeed, the first boss of Black Fathom Deeps is capable of playing the same mini 3 minis apart, because of the small deck size that they have. But what about the second boss? Here is a sample of 3 gargoyles coming at my base. 3 gargoyles! I'm going to lose this one. How is this even possible? This has got to be cheating. I mean, just look at that. 3 gargoyles. That's crazy. Clear cheating. Nothing else can possibly explain this. Or can it? Where did these 3 gargoyles come from? Let's take a look. So there, the 3rd gargoyle was spawned right as the boss got that tower. See, the tower completes and bam, instantly 3rd gargoyle is spawned. So the 3rd gargoyle was spawned here when the tower was built, alright? There's another 2 gargoyles. Maybe these 2 gargoyles were spawned simultaneously. Or were they? Looking back a little bit, I can see 1 gargoyle flying over there. Then the boss played Bat Rider, I believe. But let me see as soon as I look back. Okay, there. That gargoyle actually has been spawned after the Bat Rider. So 1 gargoyle was spawned here when the tower completes, one gargoyle was spawned from this tower over there, slightly before this assault, and then there's this gargoyle that actually attacked and killed this tower. And to see the spawning of that gargoyle, we have to go back another 20 seconds, and there's that gargoyle being spawned. So actually, the 3 gargoyle attack that came at my base were spawned roughly 20 seconds apart each. Yep, they were spawned over around 40 seconds. They were all spawned at different places. One of them was spawned at the boss, one of them was spawned at the top tower, one of them was spawned at the tower that the boss conquered. And then, as a result of that, first there was 1 gargoyle, then there were 2 gargoyles, and as that tower completes, the tower is about to complete, and there's going to be 3 gargoyles, 1 base, but all of them were spawned at different times, and no cheating was actually involved with this one either. So when we really take a closer look at these allegations of the bosses cheating, it really comes down to either 1, the bosses have deck sizes that are different from the player, so that sometimes the boss can actually cycle a little bit faster, but they still need to cycle. Or 2, there are often map mechanics where boss gets some free minis, like for example in Black Fathom Depths the second boss gets all of these free Dark Iron Miners. Or 3, sometimes it just goes so that when you fight back against an attack, then the attack is reinforced and reinforced, like that gargoyle example that I showed, and that ends up getting multiple minis at the same time at the same place, even though they were summoned quite some time apart. So in conclusion, I have not been able to uncover evidence of the bosses cheating. So far everything has been going exactly as it should be going with the map mechanics, with the way the AI plays with the AI decks, at least as far as I have been able to determine. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.